Hi, I'm Callie from Coding with Callie, and I am building a website builder in 2025, and I'm building it in public. So I'm going to be documenting on YouTube and on my LinkedIn the process as I plan, build, and iterate on the build. All right, so I'm currently stopping my refactor hell of my old Coding with Callie website to create a plan. All right, I want to get into sprints and a better structure in 2025 than I was in last year. So what I'm going to do is I'm just blocking off the next week and I'm only going to plan. I'm going to plan out my MVP. All right. So the idea is that I'm going to plan out an MVP, spend a sprint or two, or maybe even three building my MVP, and then I'm going to deploy it. From there, I'll do a sprint, which will be a new feature or maybe some reliability work, redeploy, a new feature, redeploy, and so on. All right, so this week, just planning. I started by sketching out my home page. Ultimately, I want the ability to add multiple pages, add apps, add forms, add content, add all these types of different things to my website builder. But for the MVP, I just want the bare minimum. So I'm going to start with a home page. In order to have the home page, though, because it's going to be loaded from the database, you have to think about, well, what if this is the first time I'm opening up the website builder and there's nothing in my database? So the first thing that I need is I need an automatic creation of a home page if there's no pages in the database. All right, so that will be something that I need to add to my to-do list. All right, let's dive in. So now, after the automatic creation of my home page, this is what the website's homepage is going to look like. Okay. Eventually, when there's more than one pages, we're going to have buttons up here where you can click to go to the other pages, and that will collapse into a hamburger menu. But for right now, for the MVP, I don't want to introduce unnecessary code that could be buggy. So I'm going to just comment out the menu that I already have. All right. We'll have my logo here and the title of my company. Ultimately, this will be a button to the homepage as well. Let me move this arrow because I think it's going to be like this whole section will be a button to the homepage. All right. So from there, I need different sections. The basic idea of my website builder is that you have a page that you can create, and then you create sections that go on that page. But the sections will have different types. I'm only going to start with the first type, which is a content type. All right, a content type will be very minimum interaction. So something like a heading, text, and an image. Here is a heading, text, image, and a button to another page, a heading, and just text. All right. So this is just maybe we'll have videos as a content type one day, those types of things, right? So just content. But I want to plan for the future as well. So even though I'm only going to have one section type for the MVP, I want to make sure I'm building this and planning this in a way that I can have multiple section types in the future. So what if I want to be able to build a form for my website? So the section would be still a section, and then the type of the section would be form. Or what if I want to have like little applications that can be added to pages? That would be section type app or something like that, right? So I want to make sure that I'm building this in a way that's expandable in the future. And it's not going to require a lot of refactoring. All right, so these will be sections, section type content. All right, I'm going to start with 2 to 3 of these. So the most important ones are going to be this first one, because at the top of my homepage, I want to have my picture with a heading and a little about me section. And then I also have a few workshops, my build in public workshop and my deploy in public workshop, right? So I want to have those have a section too, right? So those will have a heading, a little description of the workshop, a picture, and then a link out to the workshop, which is currently being hosted on Teachable, but eventually will be moved to this website. All right. And then maybe if I have time, I will add just a text to section 2. I'm not sure though, that's likely for in the future when I want to do like blog posts or something like that. I would want this type of section. I just wanted to sketch out my first 3 section types that I'm interested in. All right. The most important part of this functionality, right, is that this is a website builder. I'm not building my website. So while I have this design here that is making it look like this is hard-coded, the first section is this, the second section is this. Really what this website is going to be doing is going to my database, looking up the home page, looking up the sections tied to the home page, looking up the order that those sections are in, and then displaying them, looping through them and displaying them on the page, okay? So in order to add sections to my database, I need a button on my page. All right, so that button will just automatically be on the bottom of any page that an admin sees. All right, and I need to be able to click this button. And when I click the button, what I kind of want it to do is this button is replaced on the page with like with this, okay? And this is ultimately going to be my section form, all right? So right now, I only have one section type content. So this is going to be like auto-selected and disabled, like you can't click or unclick it. But eventually, we'll have more buttons on the page with all of the different section types, all right? When you click on a section type, then this part will show up. Now, for the MVP, this will be auto-selected, so this will already exist, right? But basically, you could click on a different section, like a form, and then this would show you the types of like forms that you could select or whatever, okay? So here we have create a section type, content, and then here this will pop up, select a content type, and then for the MVP, I'll have my 3 different content types. So I would select which one I wanted, it will be like highlighted or something, and then click add the section. All right, then a like default with no actual information, but just fake information like this will be added to the page and the database. And then from there, the user will like edit the content. I also need to start planning out like how I'm going to do editing. So this is assuming everything's already in the database, but I still have some planning to do, which is fine because I have the rest of this week. But I still have some planning to do in terms of what do I want the editing process to look like? Do I want to be able to like have like a draft mode and then a publish mode? I'm not sure yet. So back to the drawing board. Thanks for watching. And yeah, if you have any thoughts on what I should do, let me know.